Are you looking to find out what's new in the latest version of FortiOS? Then you've come to the right place. Hi, my name is Mark Snyder, and in today's presentation, I'm going to discuss what's new in FortiOS 7.4 and 7.6. Let's review a few market trends. Reviewing the Fortinet Cybersecurity Skills Report, we're finding that 58% of IT decision makers lead that the number one cause for cybersecurity issues is because of a lack of training and skill sets in their staff. This skill gap in having to manage many different systems is leading to staff being burned out and overworked. To compound this problem, a lot of organizations are finding that the applications that their employees are using are moving to the cloud in a software as a service model. Many organizations are also struggling with vendor consolidations. Another challenge is that complexity is slowing down most organizations' digital initiatives. This complexity is due to users needing to access resources. Two challenges here is that those resources can be anywhere and those users can be anywhere. One of the ways to tackle this problem is to change the way we look at the problem. Traditionally, we looked at this as networking and networking security. In networking, the design goal was for anything to be able to access anything. Then we coupled security, which prevented us from accessing certain resources. This is a paradigm shift to secure networking. Where in secure networking, we make sure that the user and device are secure and the application is secure. Then we allow the networking communication path between the two. Secure network is the reason behind the ongoing trend for tighter integration between networking and security, and why using Fortinet as one platform in a unified approach. Let's take a look at three use cases: enhanced endpoint security and threat response, unified network and security management across environments, and integrated data protection and compliance. Endpoint security and response requires security at the endpoint that includes a zero trust access, endpoint detection, and centralized visibility. A unified platform allows teams to view device activities, user behaviors, and potential threats from a single console. In a unified management and configuration environment, you should be able to monitor and configure all your security devices and networking devices no matter where they are in your environment. A unified environment allows for simplified compliance and industry regulations by consolidating data monitoring, classification, and security enforcement. FortiOS, Fortinet's operating system, is the foundation of Fortinet's security fabric. FortiOS enables the convergence of security and networking to close the security gap and simplify management. This allows you to achieve consistent user experience, common security policies, and visibility and control across environments, including on-premises, cloud, hybrid, and converging IoT, OT, and IoT infrastructure. FortiOS is the foundation of the Fortinet security fabric. There's continuous enhancements to each version of FortiOS. With each new release, there is enhanced security postures and simplified network management that drive efficiencies that would not be possible with older releases. Let's quickly go over some key features that were released in FortiOS 7.4 previously. We're going to go over each of these in some details, but let's just quickly go through them. Automated patching, FortiConverter, multicast traffic steering, enhanced orchestration, DLP, OT security risk report, security fabric connectors, and simplified ZTNA. Enhancements that were made in FortiOS 7.6 are AI-powered inline threat detection, post-quantum cryptography for IPsec VPNs, improved user experience, support for IKE version 2 in FortiAP's IPsec VPN, more DLP enhancements, added GUI support for IP version 6, DHCP options, and SD-WAN ADVPN 2.0 enhancements. Okay, let's take a deeper look into these features. In FortiOS 7.4, dashboards underwent a significant transformation, introducing a more intuitive design and improved performance. The dashboard widgets and FortiView monitors were enhanced with updating graphs, faster load times, and features that streamlined the user experience. The FortiView pages also became searchable through the global search feature, making navigation more efficient. These updates set the stage for further enhancement introduced in 7.6. In 7.4, there was changes made to the firewall policy list layout. The first time you go to the firewall policy list, it will ask you if you want to use the new layout or use the traditional layout. The new layout allows for action items that provide quick access to commonly used functions. In version 7.4.1, administrators have the ability for automated patch management. The FortiGate will check for updates daily and apply the patches at the scheduled time. Another feature added in 7.4 was the ability to run multiple packet captures at the same time. Data loss prevention, or DLP, was introduced in 7.4. This allowed administrators to do searches for traffic that came through the firewall that included things like driver's license, tax numbers, credit card information, or bank statements. These predefined templates simplify the setup process, allowing faster deployment of DLP policies to protect critical data. In version 7.6, DLP was further enhanced to allow confidence levels. With a low confidence level, there is a chance for higher false positives, whereas a high confidence level, there's a chance to minimize false positives. In 7.4, there was improved messages and block windows for videos. Previously, if a video was blocked on YouTube, a user would get a full screen redirection page. Now the page will load normally and the replacement message appears in the video frame. 7.4 also released a firmware and support feature which prevents a user with an out-of-support device to upgrade to a version that is an unsupported version. This feature provides better visibility into device lifecycle status, helping administrators manage hardware effectively. 7.6 introduced a new function called virtual patching. Virtual patching mitigates vulnerability exploits towards targeting OT devices. It applies security patches virtually on the FortiGate without modifying the device themselves. FortiConverter allows for the migration of third-party firewalls to a FortiGate. Additionally, allows to upgrade from older FortiGates to a current model. Converted configurations and reports are delivered within 4 business hours. The FortiGate can also act as a DHCP server and also as a relay. An upstream FortiGate server can act as a DHCP server and then forward those requests to a downstream FortiGate that acts as a relay. That downstream FortiGate can now supply DHCP scopes from multiple pools to the interfaces on that FortiGate. 7.4 also introduced local in, local out traffic shaping. So this allows you to have either VLAN interfaces and or local traffic shaping interfaces and enhanced class of service marking for local in and local out traffic. Traditionally, when you added a switch to a FortiGate as part of a FortiFabric, the serial number was the identifier for the switch when it was onboarded. Now you can give a unique name through a description for that FortiSwitch when it is onboarded. A new external connector was introduced for the security fabric, which allows for external threat feeds for MAC addresses. Administrators can create a list of MAC addresses, and those MAC addresses can be funneled through a threat feed to the FortiGate. Those threat feeds, or I should say that MAC threat feed, could now be introduced into FortiGate security policies. So FortiOS 7.4 SD-WAN introduced several features aimed at simplifying operations and improving automation and visibility. These enhancements include dynamic routing tag address objects, support for VXLAN, and refinement in traffic management for more stable performance. The new route tag address object feature allowed the use of IP4 or IP version 6 addresses tied to BGP route tag numbers. This object updated dynamically with BGP routing changes reduces the need for manual adjustments. It could be applied in firewall policies, router policies, and SD-WAN services rules, offering flexibility for dynamic routing environments. Notably, the route tag field was removed from the priority rules configuration page, and the route tag option for eliminated from service settings in the SD-WAN system configurations. SD-WAN was also improved with the ability for multicast traffic to be routed in SD-WAN. Now when a failover occurs, the PIM information is sent to the backup link and an SLA was restored and the traffic could switch back to the original link. A wizard was added for the SD-WAN overlay to help with normalized interfaces and to add health check firewall policies. These enhancements simplify the deployment and management of SD-WAN overlays, reducing the manual configurations needed and ensuring reliable connectivity. ADVPN 2.0 introduced significant changes to its design and functionality. Key updates include the addition of edge discovery and path management for ADVPN spokes. Spokes gained intelligence to dynamically establish shortcut tunnels using underlays that are available on both ends. These changes also remove the reliance on rigid BGP routing designs and mechanisms, such as route reflection, BGP next hop recursive resolution, and BGP peer overlay and PGP on loopback. These changes made the design more flexible and resilient to underlay outages or degraded performance, offering a robust SD-WAN option for complex environments. ZTNA rules have been modified to have two new conditions: a new full ZTNA policy that is administered through the proxy policy page, or the simple ZTNA policy, which is configured through the firewall policy page. Additionally, now ZTNA rules can have Boolean logic associated to them. For example, you can have a policy that is and or, so you can have two different conditions or more that have Boolean logic. In version 7.6, the Crystals-Kuiper algorithm has been added to help against future quantum computer attacks against VPN. We have also introduced the Purdue model. The Purdue model is a framework for segmenting and securing industrial control systems, or known as ICS networks, organizing them into distinct levels or zones to protect operational technologies from cyber attacks and to ensure reliability in operations. Assets now can be automatically discovered and put into the default Purdue level based on interfaces where they were detected, and can be found in the Fabric View Asset Identity Center. Additionally, there's a new security risk report for operational technologies. This report highlights application risk analysis in addition to any hidden risks that it detects. It also aligns assets to the Purdue model for asset mapping. FortiManager is a scalable architecture designed to enhance performance in expanding customer environments. This architecture allows for supervisor and member roles. All operations such as creating ADOMs, managing policy objects, and pushing configurations to FortiGates are performed on the supervisor. This design ensures scalability and efficiency while maintaining simplicity for the administrators. Administrators can now utilize FortiAI's advanced natural language processing capabilities to answer questions and assist with configurations. Example includes setting up VPN tunnels and tunnel troubleshooting, also allows for VLANs configurations on switches, and the FortiAI supports creation of CLI or Jinja scripts for automation configurations for FortiGates. FortiAI functionality also extends to the FortiAnalyzer to support incident investigations, response, and threat hunting. The assistant can interpret security events, generate detailed summaries, identify potential impacts, and provide remediation recommendations. In 7.6, native SOAR connectors were also integrated in centralized management and enhanced functionality into the FortiAnalyzer GUI. These connectors are designed for use in automation workflows, supporting playbooks, incident settings, and notification profiles. This feature enhances the efficiency and security orchestration and response process for IT teams by streamlining connector management and providing real-time health visibility. In review, FortiOS stands out in these four key pillars. One OS, unified operating system across all Fortinet solutions, ensures seamless integration and consistent security. One management platform. FortiManager centralizes management for policies, configurations, and automation across the security fabric. One unified agent. FortiClient delivers endpoint protection, ZTNA, and secure access within a single lightweight agent. In one data lake, FortiGuard harnesses global threat intelligence, providing real-time updates and actionable insights across the network. Fortinet as a whole provides unified solutions, networking and security integrated across all environments. Scalable deployments, branch campus, data center, and cloud. One OS, FortiOS powers all Fortinet solutions for consistency. High performance, purpose-built ASICs optimize speed and security. Advanced protection with the use of FortiGate AI services, and global expertise with more than 1,000 researchers driving threat intelligence. My name is Mark Snyder, and thank you for watching and listening to What's New in FortiOS.